Okay, so now we move to Squid Game.
This is probably
Squid
the
Game.
most prolific series I've ever watched.
The currently with 111 million views.
Crazy.
The most watched thing ever on Netflix.
This is another one of those fucking things where I want to know if they knew it was going, like, did they know it was going to be like, holy shit?
Like the release, or 3 or 4 days into the release, or maybe it was already released. I don't know when it got dropped.
I remember seeing
there were like 3 or 4 days. I remember
like,
3 or 4 days. Yeah, I remember 3 or 4 days where I was like, I'm repeatedly seeing people discussing this on social media,
right?
And I don't know what the fuck this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
so
why is red light, green light trending right now?
Yeah, and then I kept seeing the fucking green jumpsuit and the fucking the PlayStation logo head guys, and I go, okay, something's up. Oh, Siri heard me say PlayStation and searched it.
It's awesome.
So
technology.
So I go, okay, all right, man. I'm locked in. Enough people are watching. Enough people are talking about it. So I gotta try it. And then I saw the first episode, and immediately I was like, this is the same vibe as Parasite. That same style of movie making, TV making, whatever. It's that same style, but like maybe kicked up a little bit of a notch just because of the gore in it. Because although Parasite did have like gore at the end.
Yeah, and that creator, if you've seen what's that movie? The creator of Parasite did another movie about that train. What's it called?
Oh, that's Snowpiercer, which I also enjoyed a lot.
That's very gory and violent.
Very gory, yeah.
And it has the similar vibe of Parasite.
Yeah, yes.
And I think, man, South Korea guys,
so
y'all killing it, South Korea.
This show, I honestly, like, first 30 minutes of the first episode, I was like, okay, I get what this is doing. I get what this is doing, but I wasn't like, I wasn't, as we like to say,
locked in. I wasn't locked in.
I wasn't locked in. And it was like I got into the first episode being like, that's okay. What do you got for me here, guys? Why is this so popular?
The moment that I felt, you know how in on locks, when you turn it and then like you put it over the hole, but you don't push it in all the way. It goes in,
but it's not.
But locked. I hadn't pushed it in all the way.
It's like kind of like the Phantom.
As soon as the first few guys started getting shot in red light, green light, I was like,
"Yo, guys, I think that could be a segment for our show called Small Screen Society Locked In, where we each get exaggerated giant locks." And we watch a first episode of a show,
right,
and then we go around and being like, "I'm not locked in. I'm not locked in."
Yo, get on Amazon now. Find gigantic locks.
Giant locks.
Giant lock. We
need to get a graphic ready to go.
Agreed. I agree.
The bottom there.
Because our review should be for the end, but for pilot episodes or first episodes and trailers, we have to decide if we're locked in.
Yes, correct.
Facts.
You're right.
Facts.
You're right. So in that scenario, that was when I was like, "Oh, that's where this is going." And then, of course, that's when I pushed it in. As soon as I saw that like half of the crowd got killed after the first episode, I was like, "All right, yeah, I'm pushing it in. Let me go to the next episode immediately." And then
I think I gave it a standing ovation. When,
it was like
when everyone's trying to get out and they're banging, and we're just getting mowed down.
No, and like just the way like some people would stop and then or the girl like was like they would like ride behind each other like they're drafting, like shit like that, bro. It was it was like comedy gold mixed with horror, mixed with like the drama and suspense, and then episode 2 happens, and it slows down a bit. But it's because
right.
just trying to then basically rebuild you back up like the first half hour of the first episode.
Well, it wants to. I understand the second episode wants to develop the characters they introduce you to in the first one.
Yes.
So that's why, for me, after episode 1, because I'm not really a gore person, after everyone got shot, I said, one of these Ramel, and I was like, okay. Yeah. And then in episode 2, they all get out, and I was like, well, this is slow as shit, but that's nice. It was in episode 3 when we got to play Sugar Honeycomb.
Oh yeah.
I was locked in. That's when I got locked in. The moment that guy was gonna be like, "Hey, wait," and he's like, "Never mind."
Yeah, you're good.
And then
you're good.
And then
so fucked up.
And then and he shows the umbrella. I was like, "Son of a bitch, I'm locked in." If just to see this motherfucker lose.
Yeah, that motherfucker better die. And he really made such a piece of shit. But you're almost like, I guess he's not that bad. No, the guy's a fucking
POS. He's a POS.
Ali,
they're talking about the friend, right?
The friend, yeah.
Fucking almost murked our boy, murked Ali. Like you know what, man?
You've got it's like the memes where they say the villain, who you think the villain is, and it's who the real villain is.
Villain is, yeah.
And it's like that's what it was the entire way. You think the guy with the tattoos is the real villain, but in reality, it's that fucking asshole.
Yeah. I mean, you think it's also like you forget that some of those people who are volunteering for the game, like they've done some illegal shit.
They've done some shit. They've seen some shit.
Millions and millions and millions of dollars in debt.
But that guy, he was specifically in there in all the debt because he was doing like fraud and shit.
Yeah.
So
he basically ruined his mom's life and shit too. Like
correct.
The guy was a piece of shit.
So I'm
Listen,
like,
Snake,
he was a piece of
Snake
shit.
Might have been an asshole, but that guy was a fucking piece of shit.
I will say I did enjoy that, and shame on me because the show got me because the reason why the first episode I really wasn't locked.
Gab hated the main character.
In the first episode, I was like, this is a phenomenon. This is a phenomenon. I'm almost out. The second the little girl opened the present and it was a gun, I was like, boy, bye.
Bro, there's so much shit about this show that makes me laugh that probably shouldn't. Like that one's a great little little line, but like every time there's like a mass death and the forklifts come out bringing out the coffins and they're just like beeping and it breaks the tension so well. Yeah. Whereas like these people literally just sent like a whole mess of people to their death. They're feeling fucked up. And
same to me with the coffins that have like just like the bow.
Because I would agree, there's a lot of moments in the show that's very cut the tension.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, it's Willy Wonka meets Saw.
No, exactly.
With a little bit of Hunger Games.
I said it really did remind me of Saw, like right away.
Yeah,
it's a funny Saw.
Yeah. I saw tweets of people saying you can tell who grew up, like you can tell who's too young, that they didn't grow up with like all the Saw movies. I think that like this is like crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like this is nuts and this is like, gory and crazy, but the Saw movies were disgusting.
You ain't seen shit.
Yeah, when you see a girl gets her hand stuck in a jar full of needles
and the blades, that is the most uncomfortable I have
ever. That actually
did
make me like a.
And like the thing is, like the guy was basically like, these needles have AIDS on them. Figure it out. It's like if you pull your arm out too soon, you're just gonna slit your wrist. So
yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah,
it's like you're fucked.
But yeah, man. So
fucking Jigsaw, what a guy.
I guess the main question, really. So we all know there's all the games that happen, and then as it goes on, the crowd of players whittles down to, as you would guess, the main characters that are kind of being followed throughout the show.
Right.
First of all, what did you feel about the last game? The actual Squid Game, and how that was handled, and then to the reveal or the big reveal at the end of the show, because some people liked it, some people didn't like it, some people thought it was anticlimactic.
Well,
Some
that's
people
kind of
expected it. I didn't.
Really?
For the most part, I wasn't like, oh my god, like shocked. But there were moments, like there was a moment in an episode, I think it was the episode where they have the VIPs come in with the helmets. And in the beginning of the episode, the main guy.
Oh, you're talking about the review. I thought you meant about like the final game.
No. I'm talking about the
oh.
reveal. The reveal.
Oh, okay.
Like I liked. I guess so. The part one of my question was, I liked the way they ended it. I liked that battle between them two at the end. I enjoyed how it went down. I didn't think that I wouldn't have liked if they had both walked away. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like I know he was telling him, let's walk away. Let's not fucking do this till the death. Let's walk away. We both keep our lives. I don't think that I wouldn't have liked that. I like the way that it ended.
You done all this shit so far. I mean,
right.
What I like about this was just a point that from before that I want to finish. I felt because the reason why I said the show got me was because I hated him so much in the first episode and who this guy was. But there is one episode before they go in for the fourth game for the marbles, when he's keeping watch with the old man, and he takes an opportunity to tell the old man about when he lost his job, and his daughter had just been born or something like that, and like how it was like it just all of a sudden everything was just declining and falling apart. So that made me feel bad, because where I say the show pulled a fast one on me, because it's serving as a metaphor for a lot of people in the real world who find themselves in dark places, making poor choices, doing things that are not beneficial to themselves or the people around them or the people that they're responsible for. And we just automatically just peg them off as terrible people who don't care about anyone but themselves, without taking a moment to reflect on, well, I wonder what could have possibly brought them there. And you see, and there's multiple clues, even from the very first episode, that when he sees the old man, his immediate thing is concern for him. So he isn't a selfish person. He isn't the graduate that the friend was, or the polished profile. But just because someone finds themselves in shitty circumstances, or perhaps makes poor choices because of where their mind is at, or what life has kind of burdened onto them, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad people. They're just probably overweighed by what's happened to them.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good call.
And so I think that ended up being probably my biggest takeaway from the series and the main character, and why I thought it was very smart television on how it was able to trick me with that one, because I wanted this guy to fucking die. And I think it's just very smart. The reveal, though, Ramel, I think for me there was two moments in particular that I thought, wait a minute. And it was when they're playing red light, green light. You're looking a little too happy running across that field, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're looking a little...
But the thing is, like, up until that point, and up until way further into the game, I just thought this old guy doesn't give a shit because he's dying of cancer anyway.
Right.
So, like, I was like, this guy doesn't give a shit if he dies or lives.
But it wasn't a fair. But here's my problem is that the guy with the black mask, like the ringleader of it, he kills the doctor guy who was doing for
not making the game fair.
Because it's like this fair, game. Right? It's not fair to the people who came here looking for a real shot, and you're depriving them of that.
Right.
Well, the old guy you gave the marble game to that guy because he would have actually won, because he was the main character was out of marbles and it was his time to go. And then during tug of war, because the old guy was a part of their team, he had to basically give them the idea on how to win it.
Right.
And he coached obviously that idea didn't didn't work, but he did coach them going up the elevator on how
to do it,
how to best win it. It also goes to show that this old man, he was ready to die playing tug of war, motherfuckers. He was ready.
Yeah.
Was he gonna? What was he gonna do? Stop the game and be like, "Wait, I'm up here, guys!" Like,
yeah.
this
well,
is.
I mean, that's what he says at the end. Like, he did the game to risk. Like, he didn't care because he wanted to live life one more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knew he had no time left.
But it was cheating. He cheated, and he gave the game, and he, I think, gave in those two instances, he got that guy further towards the end and kind of propelled him to be the winner. So I was like,
yeah.
Then it wasn't really a fair game.
Yeah.
Right. But then again, it's also like, you know, who gives
and if the doctor had from hell.
Like, he's like the owner of the game, basically. So obviously the manager, Black Mask guy, he's going to be very strict on the rules. He's being directed to do this.
Yes, but my point
is the main guy. He can do whatever he wants.
Right, but my point is that there's clearly this divide between the points of view of this game, where we know that the Black Mask guy is a previous winner of Squid Game. He's the brother of the cop. And it meant something to him, I guess, because by like what it means for people, then like this opportunity, and clearly that doesn't align with the fucking main guy, because the main guy's like, I like him, I want him to fuck y'all, I want this. Did
you guys assume that the cop was going to be the brother of this guy?
Yes, I knew. Like for me, I was like, there's no other way it's going to be anyone else. It's either someone in the game or it's that motherfucker with the mask.
Exactly. If it wasn't, an
he couldn't find.
player, it was gonna be
once he couldn't find who the player was. And he confirmed that the guy, his brother, wasn't dead.
Right.
Then there was no other option for it to who
exactly, because like, why the fuck else are you there? Like, there has to be some.
My only other. Oh, god darn it! My camera turned off. What an idiot! Oh no, it didn't.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping that was just us that couldn't see it anymore.
No. I don't know what the hell happened.
Here you go.
God darn it! Of course.
Oh, we were so close.
We had 115 fucking minutes. God damn it! Piece of crap. Shit. Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back in 3 seconds. There we go. Okay. So, what was I saying?
Cop, brother, mask, reveal.
Yeah, there was no other person that it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was obvious. What's another quick thing that I want to discuss too? Favorite side characters? I thought the crazy bitch was awesome. She was hilarious.
I think she was great at what she was supposed to be.
Yeah, I thought she was
sense.
Like, I thought she was so funny, like when she bangs the guy with the tattoos. And then kept calling him like baby, like they're in a fucking relationship after like 2 days. And then the guy keeps fucking her over, and then she kept like, and then she tried to get him killed. Like, she was crazy as shit. But I thought she was a great character.
She was willing to die to get back at him.
Yeah. Like, she was nuts. She was crazy.
She was
a fun ass character. I thought she was a fun ass character. I thought that she was. A good ass character.
I actually think it would have been a lot more boring if she wasn't in there.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the characters were very somber. And like even when they drag her away from the marble game, and when they all come back and she's still in there, she's
like just taking a nap. It's like.
It's like
that's exactly what I thought was going to end up happening.
When I saw her back there, I was like, "Yeah, she's not gone."
And then the tattooed guy was like, "God damn it!"
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought it was a fitting way for the end of the end of the line for the tattoo guy to get killed by her.
Yeah, that made
as a result of her. Like, it had to be that way.
And she told him too, like, if you fuck me over, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. That glass bridge game was fucking nuts.
Yeah, that game's
that was crazy. That was crazy, especially with the fact that the guy at the end is like, yeah, I've just this whole time I've known which ones are the right ones and which ones aren't.
Right.
And he's just letting people just die off.
That was a good
strategy, of course.
No, that was a good that was like a good morality element between the main character and the friend, because the friend pushes him immediately to figure out what the last one is, and the guy's like, how could you do that? And he's like, he knew the entire time and told no one.
Yep.
So this show brings those Darwinist elements to the forefront in such a great way. And you actually, first of all, for the fifth game, actually, I did when they were having to pick the vests. I was like, well, for fun, which vest would I pick? And I said, I'd pick 5. Let's see what the game is. And so I'm like, I would have died. Right away. I would have fucking died.
I immediately was like, I'll just go last because like I'll figure it out. Like if it's timed, fuck.
Right.
Like I'm sure as hell not going first, and then the whole middle thing.
You take the risk. You take the risk if you go last. You let everybody else die off before you if that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you risk the fact that you're probably going to be last, and you're going to have to do everything very quickly. But if you go first, you're the first to die.
Yeah. Exactly.
I pictured myself a lot in all of the games, so like I would be. Every game that came up, I was like, I wonder how I would do in this particular game.
Dude, I definitely would have chosen Umbrella. There's no way I wouldn't have. There's no way. I try to tell myself Triangle.
Out of all the shapes, I would have probably picked Star.
I was going to pick... you would have survived with Star.
Yeah, because I think Star had...
And Triangle. Star and Triangle are the easiest ones.
Technically... They have the hardest angles.
Right, but the thing about Star is that Star had the shortest distance between corners.
Oh, you're right. That one.
And that's
Triangle.
Star was the best one.
Triangle was the best one. Triangle was the best one to do because it's straight line, done.
Right. Yep.
Circle is actually very hard. Right. And guess what? My ass would have picked Circle. Guess when I would have died? Game 2.
I definitely, to be honest, Gab, I probably would have died game 1. To be honest. Like to
I would have
been so still.
If I realized that was what, if I didn't die within the first 3 people of red light, green light, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
And I also would have been a cheating motherfucker. That bitch is back. I'm going. We're going.
I would have just like for red light, green light. I would have just like slumped my whole body and it's kind of like ogred and then stopped and then like ogred. And then just like, so, because if you're like doing like full on like this, like how are you going to freeze him?
It's harder to stop, but that's the problem. That's why they give you the timer, because you can't go slow.
Right.
Because you have to get there on time.
Oh, right, I'm gonna let you get shot.
Okay.
We'll all say that we made it past tug of war. We'll just say we're on the winning squad for that.
Yes.
But then it's Marbles.
Marbles is fucked because again, like you're taking a teammate being like, all right, we need to be the strongest team, and it's like, fuck, okay.
Marbles was so fucked up.
But
Marbles,
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen.
It had to have happened. It had to have happened sooner or later in the show. Yeah. If we would have played the game that Snake Guy flipped it to, throw the ball in the hole, that would have been fucked. That's all I do is just throw balls and a little bit of bocce action, trick shots,
bocce or beer pong. Like
exactly.
You got the motion rocked in.
Just put on a fucking clinic. If it was guess the hand,
they were just fucking gambling the amount in the hand. That shit was man.
You missed me. You missed me with that.
Yeah.
If that's another gets 50-50. Look, the main point is I would have never passed the glass bridge game.
Glass bridge thing is 100%.
Rather
glass bridge. Regardless, I'm dead.
I would literally have asked the guard that was standing with the guns back there and being like, could you give me just a large glass of Everclear? Because I'm going to when it's my turn, I'm going to just jump off, kill myself, and not let any of these bastards get any further ahead. I'm not gonna help. Yeah. If I'm gonna die, everyone dies. So give me the Everclear so I can like get the courage to just go.
We'd be like, wild card, bitch. What about was there a possibility to potentially like cliffhang off the edge of that fucking thing, or is it just too far?
I wonder. So they said that the glass that would break. My question was, could you slide like how you're saying? Like, are you saying hang or slide? Just like
If my whole
slowly
body weight,
off
exactly, if
the
my whole
glass.
body weight's not on there,
Correct.
if I'm going
if you
feet
crawl
first,
if you crawl along the line, like, so you've got the two pieces of glass just like that, right? And you just drag yourself slowly across the middle of the two glasses.
No, they shoot you.
One breaks, but your half of your body is on the other glass.
They would have shot you off. They literally turned off the lights because they figured it out. Which was fucked up. Which was fucked up. They should have that was fucked up. That also was a thing of like, that's not fair.
I mean,
like,
yeah, they let people lick the fucking cookie.
Yeah, so you should have not turned the lights off just because they had those VIP guests that they did that. But the cookie thing, like, if the VIP guests were there, they'd be like, that's cheating. Shoot them.
Oh yeah. Also, I would have 100% would have probably died in the barricaded lights out war.
Oh shit!
That was fucked up. That was fucked up.
That's why they didn't give him any dinner.
That was a fucked up scene.
I would have died 1,000,000,000% there. I would have died 1,000,000,000%.
That's where I would have signed the alliance with Snake Guy and just I would have killed
100%.
as many people as I could.
You find that in that those are the scenarios where you find the strongest team. It doesn't matter what piece of shit is on it, and you align yourself and you kill. That's all you can do.
I would not have been able to take a life.
The whole thing. I was thinking the whole way though. It's like, first chance I get, I'm killing the fucking Snake Guy. So I could go around wreaking havoc in the dark, cracking necks, stabbing, ripping
acting like
out.
You're part of his team.
Yeah.
But then last minute, boom.
Right. As soon as main character guy and him are kind of going at it because of the girl, I'm up behind him, just oof.
Yeah.
Here's my thing though.
Bro.
I could see myself going up behind someone to do one of like the neck turns, and all I do is end up giving them like stiff neck, and then he's like, "Ah, what are you doing?"
That's still painful.
No, yeah, you crack his neck like a chiropractor. Like, oh, that felt
like,
good.
And like, I would have stood there and be like, I just like accepted my fate, just being like, I deserve to die. I can't even break a guy's neck. Here's my question before we wrap this one out, and another fun question. If Squid Game was in America, what would the games be that we would have to play to survive?
I feel like it'd be like a fucking beer Olympics, man. Like there's beer pong, flip cup, the bitches love it.
But it has to be a childhood games.
Dodgeball is definitely one. Dodgeball 100% is one.
I think
imagine playing murderous dodgeball. Oh, God.
I mean, Fico, we played in that fucking tournament, and that was like the most competitive that I've ever played dodgeball.
It was basically murder ball.
And that was like, holy shit.
That got pretty cutthroat. We benched a player on our team for a girl because he was a liability.
Yeah.
He was a liability.
Foursquare, possibly.
I don't know.
I'm talking about like those like...
I would say like maybe knockout, like with basketball, like knockout. Red Rover, maybe. Oh,
like running base.
Running bases. Running bases is another good one. I think wall ball / butts up, whatever you want to call it. That's one.
Maybe a little horse action.
Horse and basketball. Horse.
Oh, I die in 5 seconds.
Horse.
That reminds me of that TikTok where it's like they're playing they're in Squid Game and it's like white people and black people.
Yeah.
And like they're like the game is basketball.
Oh yeah.
They're like running drills.
Oh man. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Yeah, man. I think dodgeball is one. Maybe
Pokemon.
Maybe wall ball.
Pokemon? Can we play Pokemon?
Oh, I'd survive if it was Pokemon to the death.
Oh, you know what? Probably maybe like hopscotch. Like I know that's more girls played that, but like that's still a game that was big in childhood for like kids.
What did they make us play like on Blacktop days? Like
Foursquare.
Cops and robbers. We started playing on robbers. Tag itself.
Tag beat.
Oh wait, what are we talking about? Musical chairs.
Oh, musical chairs.
Musical
That
chairs
could
would
get
definitely would be musical chairs to the death would get so violent.
Because musical chairs at a party when you're drinking gets fucking violent with all the adults.
Yeah,
When
because
you're
you're pulling the
Oh,
chair out
absolutely.
from people on purpose.
It would literally turn into like murder to get to sit on the chair.
That'd be
that's
entertaining
awesome.
television. That'd be
That'd be
entertaining television.
I think
Scores.
they need to make Squid Game. 9, and I feel like that really hinders on the fact of do not make a second season.
Don't make sense.
Ah.
No, don't do it.
I don't want a second season, but Netflix will because they need hits.
Yeah.
But I agree. I don't think they need it. You made a perfect show. I love open-ended endings, and it's
Did he
fine.
get on the plane? Did he get not on the plane? Did he not get on the plane?
Oh, he definitely didn't. He definitely didn't get on the plane. And I'm like, but even in that, it's like, it's not a complete story. I also think the cop brother who fell to his death didn't die. He would be in a season 2.
Yeah.
Because that's not resolved, that's not finished, and so I think that there's definitely more story there to
Interesting.
tell. And this guy wanting to
because he
go
didn't-
after.
He didn't get shot in like the head.
No, he shot. I think the brother purposely shot him, kind of like in the shoulder, and gave him somewhat of a chance to survive the fall.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I agree.
I think that was whether intentional or not intentional. He
Right.
did it. He could have shot him clear in the head, and he shot him like basically on his shoulder.
Right.
And then he fell to his death. And I think that he's going to need a partner if he's going to try to take down the Squid Game operation. And who better than a cop who actually knows how to use a gun?
Right.
So I think I see that as a I don't know if I would want to see another Squid Game season, but it's a phenomenon, so it's going to get made.
I would do a season 2 if that was the end. So like if it was just another season where we get the takedown of the Squid Games, like an actual takedown of the Squid Games.
I think that's what it would be.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
I would watch that because one, I in my selfishness, I would love to see more people getting killed in fucking random games. So
Fair.
that would be hilarious. And two, just because like I think that would still close out the story, be just as good.
Actually, I agree. I kind of agree with you because that actually does remind me a little bit of the actual Hunger Games. That in the second movie, when they go back in, it's really more of like they're infiltrating this, and it's kind of they're like a lot of the people who get sent into the game are kind of like it's kind of on purpose.
Yes,
right,
and they're really just trying to survive the game to a certain point when they can break in and do what they're going to do.
And I would like to see that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Where it's not just the people that are there are there to survive, but they're also there to do something bigger.
Yeah, and that maybe they get to some players, and then they're kind of like feeding them on the. So there's the outside portion, much like what the cop was doing, and then there's 5 new games and 5 new and more characters.
I would watch the hell out of that, and it ends there. Like they succeed, they take down the fucking Hunger Games or whatever the fuck you want to call it, Squid Games, and then that's it.
I agree. I'll watch it. Fine, fuck it. You convinced me. I do it.
I'm gonna go also with a 9.
It's a good show. Great show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a 10. I don't know why I'm giving it a 9. It probably should be a 10. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 10 because I actually really did enjoy it. And I didn't have any problems with it.
Actually, fuck it. You're right.
And I watched it every episode through, like wanting to watch the next episode. At no point was I like, no, I was like, I need to watch the next. We gotta finish this like immediately.
And they stuck the landing. No, wait, it's still a 9 for me. I don't like. Actually, no. They actually. I'm trying to the girl that dies. That when the guy kills the girl. I don't have a problem with the guy killing her when they're back in that moment. My problem is that she was so severely weakened by something that was just an accident as opposed to something that was actually of the game.
No, it's fair.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't like that they kind of cheaped her out in that kind of bad luck thing. And they kind of just used her to give you the final straw. This guy's a dick. But I do like the one where he's banging on the door and it opens and you think they're there to help, but really it's just them to bring the coffin. I thought that was very well done. But for that, I'm gonna stay with my 9. Otherwise, pretty much a perfect show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9 also. guys pretty much outlined it pretty well.
Yeah, it's
Great
pretty good,
show,
man.
fun.
Good show.
I
Good
laughed.
show.
I laughed. I cried a
And
little bit. It was good.
like we say, rewatchability. This is a show that if somebody told me they had never seen it and they want to see it, like I would watch it with them again.
With them, yes,
Definitely.
because you want to see it. Their reactions,
reaction.
And that alone gives you the success. You know, you have success there.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? You guys watched it with subtitles, right? Like in Korean?
I watched it.
I watched it dubbed.
I watched it dubbed.
Really?
And with subtitles. And let me tell you, that was two different things. There was a point in the show where even Stacy was like, "You need to." We watch every show, no matter what, if it's English or another language, with subtitles because we like to really understand what they're saying and not miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, "You have to turn off the subtitles because they're saying stuff that is not even close to what the subtitles are saying, and they're both in English."
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
And it's like, what the fuck is this shit?
I watched it. I watched it in Korean and with the subtitles, and I thought it was a pretty good way of watching it.
I almost regret not having watched it in Korean. I would have liked to have watched it in Korean with the subtitles, but
most people that I've talked to have watched it with dubbed. So
also because the voices too. Also, some of them didn't match the fucking characters, so I was just like that kind of turned me off a little bit too. But
it's annoying. Yeah.
For me, it's just I prefer dubbed regardless because when I'm trying to read, I always miss something.
You miss stuff, right? That's true.
You miss nuances, you miss little things and expressions or moments that aren't left to dialogue but left to other things. And so I want to be able to fully focus on and as an anime fan, like the sub dub thing is a very big part of that experience. Do you prefer to watch things subbed or do you prefer to watch things dubbed? I'll watch things subbed because I want to get access and just watch it quickly if it's something I'm anticipating. But then I'm immediately like, I can't wait to watch it dubbed because it's going to be a much richer experience.
Because you're actually watching the show, not
watching everything. Okay.
And taking it all, every frame in, and that's so. To me, they're in anime. They're different experiences, and for this, I just knew like I'm always going to be a dubbed person if there's the option.